Hello and welcome to Martin Maths. We're continuing our Desmos series and using trig graphs here. Now for trig graphs, remember the axis now is x-axis is going to be degrees, so I've had to go into the settings there and change. We did have radians, moved it to degrees, and I've had to change the numbers that want to show the x-axis. It might have been minus 10 to 10. I've gone from minus 360 to 360 just so we can have a graph that looks more like our classic trig graph. So we've put in some sliders again, as we've seen in the previous videos. A sine bx plus c. C at the moment is 0, b and a are just 1. So we can explore how those constants and coefficients transform this graph. So one thing that I haven't shown in the previous video is that we can press this play button. We'll just move that graph and we can watch it going up and down. And as you can see, the c is just the constant, moving the graph up and down. So I'll pause that one there. And we can then also just see how does b affect this graph. Well, it's increasing the frequency of this trig graph for those of you doing science or physics. And again, we could play that just to see how it kind of stretches and compresses and changes its frequency. And then the a coefficient in front of the sine term, how does that change things? And you can see it affects its amplitude. And obviously you can see what happens when it goes below 0. Similarly, I can press play there and see it stretching. And I can actually press play on all three of them if you really want to hypnotize yourself. Something that can also be quite fun is to change that actually to an inequality, so that it'll shade in the different parts of the graph, and then you can leave that to play as your screensaver if you like. So there we go, that's just a few examples of what you can do on Desmos, including an inequality, pressing the play button and changing the settings to have degrees. There we go, that's Martin Maths using Desmos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.